Good evening and welcome to the Mouthwash Talk Show, a minty, fresh take on life and sometimes politics. And here lately, the politics have been life for a lot of people. We've had a lot of ups and downs, and it looks like a really topsy-turvy Republican Party trying to pick out who's going to be the Secretary of State and flippy-flopping and all that stuff. It's just all the stuff that politics are made of. You're probably wondering, what the heck? Where's the countdown? Where's the intro? Where's it? Hey, you're only going to get me tonight. You're only going to get me. I've given the panel the week off. We had, Memorial Day weekend. Honestly, I didn't really have time to get a guest or anything. I just was having fun. Went to the race. Actually, I predicted that Rosenquist would win, and that was good. That helped out a little bit. So that was a fun weekend. Honored our fallen heroes, our heroes that served our country. And it was a cool thing. It's a cool thing to see all the people. 300, 400,000 people. That's a lot of people. And but they all had a good time. Indianapolis did a nice job. It was a great race and all that. But anyway, so tonight I am going to talk about things. And if you are in the chat, who is in the chat here? We got Spiro. Oh, like Drew's in the house. Spiro's in the house. I'll be answering questions to any of these topics I have tonight. So let's get to it. Let's talk about the first things first. So we got this ball game coming up. And here it is. This is our Indians game this Friday at 7:05. We have about 30 people going so far. We can get a lot more. We're in section 121. And the way you can pay for this stuff, let's see if I can get the banner up here. So what you need to do is I'm going to make it really, really easy for you. You can either send, you can do Cash App to that right there. You just send in whatever 12 times how many people you have. And I will make sure those tickets are at will call for you. And you can just pick them up and come up to your seats. And if you are already going, please send me your shirt size, because I'm going to be giving away Mouthwash talk shows. We have red and blue. You can, since this is a bipartisan event, you can have a blue one for the Democrat or the red one for the Republican and Libertarian. Sorry, I couldn't afford to buy yellow ones. so you get either a red or a blue. So you can take your pick on that. And then if you have Venmo, you can do this Venmo. There's your Venmo. Like I said, just send that in, and I will make the tickets available for you at will call with your name and all that. We'll take care of you. And then also I think we have some kind of maybe a parking help out there at the thing if you want. So like I said, all these people are going, and they're friends. It's going to be a fun time. We might even they're going to let us streak around the bases on the seventh inning. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to let us. Well, if we do the streaking around the bases, we will probably be escorted out, I think, maybe. Unless the crowd really likes it, then they might let us do another lap and all that. Never mind. Okay, that's what we have coming on here. So if you want to do that, PayPal. Spiro, you're so black. I just want to say this. Spiro Aracliano. Spiro, he had a BlackBerry up till about 5 years ago. So, if anybody else can help Spiro out, he's a boomer like myself, but at least I have Venmo, Cash App. He's still looking for PayPal. Hey, and also, if you want to do it, you can pay me when you see me. And if you don't pay, I don't care. I'll buy your ticket, whatever. I just want you to come out and have a good time at the ball game and all that good stuff. So I just want to make it as simple as possible for you to get out and see us. So I would leave. Let me see. Let's leave up Venmo. A lot of people have that. And I do have Zelly, but please use one of those or pay me when you see me. So we covered it. This Friday, 7:05, first pitch thrown out. We're gonna see Taking Me Out to the Ballpark, seventh inning, fireworks. I think even our little group gets mentioned at some point. So it's gonna be a good time. Come on out and see us. Let's see. Okay, while I'm on announcements, we have the God and Country Conference coming up, July 18th. The speakers are Gary Varble, Curtis Hill, Micah Beckwith, and yours truly is the MC. And there'll be more details coming out on that. I don't even know where it is. I just know it's July 18th. Save the date. I think that's a Saturday, maybe. I don't know. And then that's coming up pretty soon. And by then we'll know who the Secretary of State thing is, because that's coming up. And then also I want to talk about the Hoosier Freedom Caucus. So this is a group that's put together. I am in it. Spiro's in it. I think we have some others that are maybe watching the show that are in it. This is a group that was initially set up to round up all these subgroups and sort of be an information relayer type of thing. Well, our mission has gotten a little, it's not been our mission. So, but I think we have about 50 or 60 members, and we've been doing some annual fun events, and we're going to try to get some more stuff going. But I would encourage you to look us up on Facebook and join the Hoosier Freedom Caucus. We have a newsletter coming out that I actually wrote an article for. So that's coming out. And then also, while we're talking about articles, the Star has interviewed me twice about this delegate thing coming up. And I believe that story is supposed to drop on Wednesday. I'll be interested to see what they said, because actually she has interviewed me twice, and we shall see. And I gave her some names of some other people, and she did call them. So hopefully they'll be accurate to what I said, because sometimes you talk to these people and they like to get creative with your thoughts. So anyway, the Star is not a gossip column, but they do lean a little left at times. So we'll see how that works out. So, okay, let's put the Cash App for a minute. I'll try to keep them up there so you can pay attention and send me the money, and you can go. And oh, my lovely wife. Hi, Johnny. Thank you, Lisa, for staying up this late. She's had a very busy week, month at selling her goods. If you've ever seen my jacket that I wear, she actually made that. She makes flannels. She sold all this stuff in the month of May. They had a record year, and now she's just sort of chilling, trying to relax and get back on her thing. So here we go. Spiro, very good timing. HoosierFreedom.com, HoosierFreedomCaucus.com. Go on and get signed up and catch up to what we're doing. We are a 501c4, which we do not endorse candidates. We just talk about the issues, and we'll tell you which candidates are about what issues. So it's very, very tame, not tame, but you won't get as much trouble doing that. So just unlike our illustrious leaders, excuse me, I have to cough, and I'm going to turn my little mic on. Oh yeah, the allergies are really good this time of the year. But anyway, so Lisa, for the Love of Speedway, if you want to follow along for the Love of Speedway, it's a very informative Speedway group. Lisa started that, oh my gosh, 10, 12 years ago. And then she has the Speedway Artist Collective too. So, and believe me, she's not paying. Let me get to this part of it. Okay. So the Mouthwash talk show started it over 5 years ago. It sort of came out of, it was born out of the Do Something Indie show, which we would focus on positive things going on in Indiana. And it sort of, I wanted to cover politics. So I came up with the Mouthwash talk show. And I just want to say thanks to Tiffany and Brad. Drew is a loyal watcher, so he should get some credit. And Lucy for being around for this long. Lucy's been almost from the very start. Tiffany's been in for quite a while. We had Ed Liptrap in for a while, then Brad took over for him. But none of us get paid. We just come in and we're just trying to give you the best information we can. And the reason I started this is because you can see how the media gets manipulated by leaving somebody out or having a story with half truths in it and never letting the person, have their own say of what happened. Because there's always two sides to a story. Well, actually anymore, there's three sides. There's that one guy and the other guy, and then the media. So I wanted to do this show for that reason. And I do want to thank the people that tune in every week. I mean, there's a ton of things you could be watching. There's a ton of things you could be doing. But I would like to think that we've been we've been as honest as we can. We've been unbiased as we can. Sure, this could be considered a right-leaning or even maybe a right show, but we have extended to Democrats, to libertarians, to independents, to whoever wants to come on. We say we may not agree with your opinion, but we will respect it. And I think people will really appreciate that. I think people are looking for someone that's just trying to figure this thing out. And this year I got a press pass into the State House, and I think they were all sort of holding their breath. What is this crazy fool going to do up in the State House? But I think the legislators, the senators that I was in the chamber with, I think they were pleasantly surprised that I act like a human and didn't do anything silly and crazy and all that. So, like I said, if they call you crazy, Don't go out and prove it. So that is why we have the mouthwash. And I do have the old banner when I started, and now we have the Gary Varvel drawing of the Mouthwash Talk Show, and it's sort of grown into that. Now, I would say that the GOP, the Indiana House people, they try to do a podcast. I think they did 3 or 4 of them. We had Jim Merritt trying to do Merritt in the mornings. He did quite a few of those, but he only had like 6 viewers. So this business is tough. And we see Rob Kendall sticking his toe into the YouTube area and his show. And it's tough. It's tough to get people to tune in and to listen, and then to try to get somebody to pay you to do it. So, and you can be rest assured, you could be we are not influenced by money, by sponsors or whatever. So we are very free to say what we see. Okay. So Larry is he's one of our loyal, viewers, and we need to push the libertarians more. Well, you guys got a little interesting experiment going here in Marion County. I'll be interested to see how this goes. It's just fun to watch. I think there's a very big vacuum. And if you're an independent, then if you're paid, this is always famous. If you're paid, raise your hand on the show. No one's paid. That's my wife thinking maybe we get paid for this someday, but we will not probably. So that's what I got going on in that arena with why we're doing the mouthwash. But you look at what's going on, that I would say that I'm getting a lot more traffic from people. Some people that, that the party basically spreads this stuff out with you. And, I would just use David Shelton as an example. Here's a guy that works his tail off, knows election laws, rules, how to run them back and forth and front ways and back ways. Now, why would we not want David Shelton to run our elections? Now, they've come out with smear after smear, and I'm going to have David Shelton on before we go to and I'm giving all the Secretary of States, Diego, Jamie. I did talk to the new guy, Matt, and I asked him if he'd come on, and he has to check with somebody. So David Shelton never did check with anybody. Jamie Rittenauer never checked with anybody. She came on the show, but I don't think she had a pleasant experience, so she may not come back. But we're going to give him a chance to explain some of these things that they're accusing him of doing, and this and that and the other thing. So, we'll see what happens. But I am a delegate, and I do get a vote, and we'll see what happens. But that's an example of, if your candidate that you're out there endorsing, and then all of a sudden you get another guy come in and you take that endorsement away, but whoops, all the mailers are already sent out. But I'm now endorsing the other person. So Diego, they try to get him to drop out so they don't look bad. But Diego says, "Oh, I'm not dropping out. I'm still going to run for this, and you are going to have to endorse me." I'm sorry, it's just a mess. It's a mess right now. And Bo Bye's got to be sitting back there going, or maybe Blythe Potter. Who knows who they'll elect? That's a whole nother convention that's coming up on the 5th, which is just right around the corner. So we will know who will be running for that. So just stay tuned. Apparently, this Secretary of State thing is a big deal because nobody really cares about the treasurer or the comptroller. I don't even think they're opposed. So that'll be good. It'll be a shorter convention. And we do have some little drama coming with the rules that if you're a delegate, you'll be getting a text message at some point about the rules and why we need to abide by the rules and how they've been bypassed over the years. That's a whole nother topic. I'll probably have somebody on for that the week before the convention. So I'm starting to gear this thing up. And if you're a delegate and you would like to come on and talk about it, I'd sure love to have you on there. Contact me at the Mouthwash Talk Show at gmail.com or Twitter or wherever. I'm really easy to get a hold of. So delegates, if you want to come on and we'll have a little bit of conversation. If you want to come on and stump for your guy or come on and say you don't like any of them, whatever you'd like to talk about, I'll give you 5, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, 50. I'll give you the whole show. I don't care. Depends on how many we get. So delegates, sound off and go. And then if you do have a question for me, put it in the chat and I'll try to pay attention to that. I see my buddy Justin's in the house here. So he's those guys are politically connected to knowing everything. it's Aiden and Justin. They are a political dynamo. Duo. Okay, so let's see. We've talked about that. So, here's some interesting stuff. Okay, so here in Marion County, and I think you're going to probably be seeing some more stuff about this. The Marion County chair, GOP chairwoman, Natalie Goodwin, I don't know if she's around or she's left the country. Maybe she took a trip to India. I don't know where she is because most of the people I know cannot get a hold of her. I don't know if she was able to appoint delegates. I know there was only a few in Marion County that can get appointed. I know that they did not appoint some people that have been very good to the party, and they did not get appointed this time. But what was really telling this time was that a lot of these people that ran for the delegate were these party insiders. Now, I'll just give you a little list. Here's some of the notable establishment people that lost. They consist of township chairs, club leaders, consultants, current Secretary of State and his wife, officers of the Marion County GOP party, okay, and 2 councilmen. So these folks are Cindy Mowry, Brian Mowry, councilman, Matt Hills, Allie Bartlett, treasurer and secretary of the Marion County GOP party. And then you got Isaac White, who is on the IU Board of Trustees and was really involved in Jefferson Shreve's campaign. Brad Ratique, club president of Broad Ripple GOP Club. Diego Morales and his wife. Joel Bragg, he is the township chair of Franklin Township. Blair Englehart, consultant. Mindy Westrick Brown, party insider attorney. Samantha DeWester, another attorney. Brian Kanash, who is the Washington Township chairman. Then we have Dwight Hall, who's just a regular member. Karen Mopper, she does a lot of work with the state. Winston Snyder, Aaron Sheridan, Mark Warner, consultant. Andrew and Tara Wolf. Tara Wolf is the president of the Perry Township Club. So that just gives you an idea of how irritated and upset and the state of the Marion County GOP. And you might want to ask, well, why? Yeah, Larry, I'll tell you what, I think you guys are way ahead. The libertarians, when the libertarians are making fun of the Marion County GOP, which used to be awesome in Marion County, it is not. It is not, and it is going to be very telling this time around. And another statistics that you might find interesting is the primary. The primary turnout in Marion County was 15.81%. 15% of the people voted. There was about 100,000 votes total. 80.5 were Democrat votes. 19.5 was GOP. Now, if you are a candidate, and I know the 3 or so that were on the ballot, if you are one of those candidates, I would say you might as well just pack it in because you're not gonna win. I'm sorry. When you have that kind of turnout with the Democrats and Republicans that are just so disgusted with the party, it's not going to happen. You're not going to happen there. So that's that. I don't want to sound like it's spoiled milk or crying, but one thing I know for sure, if they would have elected me county chair, I would have a bunch of those precincts filled up and we would have had a full slate of people running for office and maybe even some of them contested. But we didn't. They didn't do that. They didn't want to go that way because I'm a disruptor. That's it. I'm a disruptor. So anyway, okay, that's what we got. And here's all my notes. Secretary of State, I already asked him. I've invited you on the X, on the Twitter, on the whatever. But I would say, come on our show. If you can't manage our show, then maybe you shouldn't be in office. Don't shreve yourself. Come on our show and say something, then do something else. Hey, come on our show and be yourself and answer the questions. I think that makes I think want to hear what you got to say. We don't ask that hard of questions. If you screw it up, it's on you. Okay, we just got a couple more things here. This show's not going to go that long. Braun interview. So I've actually requested from Josh Kelly several times about an interview with the governor. I've actually had 2 handwritten requests delivered to the office on separate occasions for an interview, and I've heard nothing back. when I send it to Josh, nothing happens unless, say, Mike Speedy endorses me for chair. Then I hear all sorts of crap, and they try to go after him, and you hear about it when that happens. So I've been thinking about that. Why won't he do an interview? And I was reflecting back, probably 3 or 4 years ago when he was in the Senate, and he agreed to an interview with me while I was in the Senate, and we did it recorded. And I was just, when he had the qualified immunity, flub up, and that was back in the day when he was sort of flubbing up stuff. He wouldn't answer the things right, and they made me take out the January 6th, his answer in that. And I honestly, I thought his January 6th answer was good, but apparently they didn't want to have anything to do with anything on January 6th because, like I said, it was 3 or 4 years ago. It was right. It was still fresh in our crawls with this January 6th thing. So I just don't think he could sit down and do you really see him doing any interviews? He'll get up and talk to place. He'll get up and go to a place and give a speech, but I don't see him doing any interviews. And I'm just wondering if he can keep up. I really wonder if he could keep up with the questions, if he could answer them quickly or whatever. I know when he did a fundraiser with me for my political stuff, I gave him softball questions, and he struggled with getting an answer to answer the question. He just went into his speech, his spiel, and he didn't really answer the question. So I'm just wondering. That was a couple of years ago. So I'm just wondering. I know it's just one of those things. Okay, so let's see. Now, I don't know. I got something on here that I was thinking about doing, and I'm gonna pass on it. I was threatened to be sued, and not by Abdul, by the way. It was a real lawyer. So by a high-powered legal like a law firm here in Indianapolis about the AI video that went around Micah Beckwith's office. And I was poking around asking some questions, and this person, all they had to do was call me back. I asked him, and I got from a partner of a big law firm that basically threatened to sue my pants off if I was to discuss these things and not. And all they really needed to do was give me a call back and say, hey, I got nothing to do with it. But why would somebody take that much time to send that kind of a letter? And I'm telling you what, this is the kind of firm that would bankrupt me. I mean, they could, even if they would just bankrupt me, that would be it. I can't afford to, lawyer up enough to get them off this. So it basically, they just bullied me into my silence. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, this just doesn't seem right. So why would you do that? Is that I don't know. It's just one of those things. And I'm not I got the letter. Yeah, I got it all queued up here, but I don't think it's going to do me any good to put that up there. I may rekindle some spirits, some like eeny beeny chili weeny, the spirits are about to speak. That would be bad. So okay, so one last thing before we get going. So I did not know. I have employment on some of these employee things, and I get opportunities for employment, and I got this broadcasting one. So it popped up the other day, about last week, about, hey, this is Urban Radio's looking for a talk show host in Indianapolis. So I got my what are they talking about? Who's going to be, who needs that? Why would you put it on Indeed? So I was like, oh, that's sort of interesting. So I pulled it up and I looked at it, and all of the requirements. Now, I don't have a journalism degree or anything like that, but all the requirements that they have, I'm already doing with this show. I mean, they talk about, you got to do events, you got to be able to, edit, produce, make your own content. I've been doing that for like 5 years now, which would include, that would be my 2 years of experience. Already, I think a lot of folks already know who we are here in the central Indiana. So I'm like, I'm just going to shoot off a little resume to them and see what's happening here and see if I can get an interview. Well, lo and behold, I think a couple of days ago, somebody sent me a message, hey, Casey Davis quit, she's gone. So I'm like, really? Okay. So that's who they're replacing. So I don't know if really you're fishing for somebody on Indeed. I think Rob Kendall's available. You can get him back, or maybe the chicken on the right. Maybe the other. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, we'll see. Even if I get an answer, but if you're feeling froggy, why don't you call WIBC and say, hey, why don't you get that crazy fool John Schmitz on there from the Mouthwash? See if he'll do from 9 to 12. That would be fun. Maybe me and Indy Spanglish, me and Jerry Lopez. That'd be a dangerous combination for sure. And I know he's one that's been on the show. Maybe he'll pop up there. Maybe he will. I don't know. Hope he does. But, my bricklaying days are coming to an end. Yeah, it'd be fun to try for a while. Let's see what's happening. So that is pretty much it. Let me see if there's any questions that somebody has here that, wait, Larry coming on. Larry. So, Larry, who's the cool guest? Would that be you? You didn't mention who the cool guest was, but I'm assuming that's you. So anyway, that's what we have tonight. We have all those things, and there's going to be some more stuff coming up. As I say, if you're a delegate, I would love to have you come on, and the panel will be on. It won't just be me and you. It'll be the panel. We'd like to ask questions, and I'd like to see your opinion on how this has been run and what your opinion is on the leadership and how they're endorsing people. And as I say, Max Engling, he called me back fairly quickly the next day, and I know he was super busy, so I'm going to give him a one-up on that. But I could call David Shelton right now. He'd probably answer on the first ring. And that's how I mean, you got to be able to get a hold of your guy and your gal or what good are they? What good are they? So anyway, that's what we got tonight. Just a short show. Next week, we will be back. If you are a delegate and I get enough delegates, we're going to do that. If not, I may have David Shelton up, but we are going to count this thing down to the convention, which is June 18th and 19th. We're going to be up in Fort Wayne off the hook. We got us an Airbnb, bunch of folks in it. That could go wrong. It's like we're like 9 blocks from the convention center. It'll be fun. Come on up and have some fun with us. We will have a good time up in the Fort Wayne area. So that being said, let's see what I have here. I got the exit here. Stay tuned for more. And before I go, hold on, let me put up the Cash App thing again here. Cash App, just send me your name and whatever, 12 times how many tickets. There's the Cash App. There's the Venmo. We got about 30 going so far, but we got room for more. Section 121 is pretty big. I'd love to fill it up. So that would be a great thing. And then we'll have more details on the other stuff that's coming up. And thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be back with the regular crew next Tuesday. Over and out.